In this episode, I'm going to be showing you an incredible push.
I am a legend now, look at my attack. I am a legend now, this is how I swear.
What up, Havok here, Dragon's 8-3 Legend family. First of all, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Great for supplying me with this deck. Thanks, man. Had a lot of fun with it all week. We got a Zap, Goblin Gang, Bats, Minion Horde, Battle Ram, Giant, Elixir Pump, and 3 Musketeers. As you can see, it's 4.5 Elixir. I'm going to get right into the matches for you. Alright, so this one, I started off with a good hand, had my Elixir Pump in the start, which is always a bonus. I'm going to place that to begin with, right in front of my King's Tower. Let my Elixir build up, see what they have. He's starting off with a Night Witch. And he hits my Elixir Pump with a Rocket. I'm going to send my Battle Ram left. I'm going to hit this Witch with the Goblin Gang. He drops a Valk, and I'm going to hit it with my Minion Horde to back it up. I know he's low on Elixir because he used that Witch and the Rocket. And then he dropped the Musketeer for defense, but I'm still chewing at that tower. Get it all the way down to nothing. Now what I'm going to do here is defend. He's got a Ghost coming and a 3 Musketeer. I was hoping that Ghost would lock onto the Giant, but it didn't. But the 3 Musketeer locked onto my Giant, so I was able to take her out with the Bats and that Ghost as well. The Witch is going to get my Bats, all but one with the splash damage. And he's working on the Skeleton, and then he starts working on her. Now I zap them, and I drop my Goblin Gang on that Wizard. They got some tower damage, but not too much. That Valk is able to take out my Goblin Gang. And here we go, just defending. I put my Elixir Pump out to bait that Rocket again, because I want to use my 3 Musketeers. Got my Giant headed right. Gonna back it up with the Battle Ram. He's got a Giant Skeleton coming towards me. And a Musketeer. We're in double Elixir, and I'm full, so I dropped another Pump. That Battle Ram's really pushing that Giant to that tower. They're both able to make contact on it. I dropped my Minion Horde and my Goblin Gang in the pocket. Now I'm sending my Giant right now again. Send my Battle Ram behind it. And I drop my Bats and my Minion Horde on top of all of that. So they're going to be able to make it through all that without it even getting very much damage on my tower. And drop another Giant in the pocket along with the Goblin Gang. Sending another Battle Ram. Now I know this deck does have a 3 Musketeers in it, but you don't always have to use them. But I did use them right here in the pocket just to help with that tower. And that's it, good game. So what I learned with this deck is what I did a lot is I would play split lanes a lot. I would constantly split the lanes when I was playing matches with this. I would send my Giant one way and my Battle Ram another. So this one I didn't start out with the Elixir Pump, but I'm going to start out with my Giant. He's sending a Lumberjack and a Graveyard. I'm going to counter that Graveyard with my Goblin Gang and Bats. He did send a Fireball and was able to take out majority of my Goblin Gang, all except for one, but my Bats helped defend really well. So now he used that Fireball, so I was not worried about sending my Minion Horde. But he was able to counter them with the Witch. I'm able to take that tower all the way down with just the Giant, last man standing. Now I drop my 3 Musketeers in front of my King's Tower. They're both going to counter everything coming towards my right tower. along with the princess tower. And my one musketeer made it to that tower and was able to do some chip damage. Now I got one tower down and they don't have any, so I'm just gonna play it slow and defend. Send my giant to the left, kind of put a little scare on him. He's got the E-Wiz coming right, almost to the bridge now. Send my battle ram left. I dropped my goblin gang right on top of that E-Wiz. His graveyard was able to take down my tower. I didn't drop my bats and them in time. So my giant made it all the way to the tower, was able to get a couple hits, and my battle ram made it, but did not make contact with the ram itself. So he's got those mega minions, the minions coming, along with the lumberjack. I was hoping he would pull onto the giant, but he didn't. He pulled onto the battle ram instead. And we have that knight right there. I dropped my goblin gang on the witch to help defend. That was just a little defensive move I did just to back everything off my tower. It wasn't a legit push. I was just playing all those cards as defense. Now I dropped my giant right there, and the night witch does, not the night witch, I'm sorry, the witch locks onto her, so my minion horde is able to take her out. I'm going to put the battle ram behind my giant. He hits everything with a fireball. My battle ram almost made it to the tower, just short. His tower's at 1117, mine's at 2,994, so I'm doing a little better than he is right now. Now I drop my giant right there, so the night witch locks onto him. And I wanted the minion horde to take out that graveyard, and my battle ram does almost make it to the tower, man. Just a hair shy of making it, but with this push right here, I'm able to take everything down. So I had giants and minions right there, and the goblin gang working on it. The giant is an incredible card. It's like one of the best tanks in the game. But you see, like, you can place the giant, a lot of people already know this, but you can put the giant and the battle ram behind him, and the battle ram will give the giant, it'll almost make him run across the board. So right here he's got a prince coming, so I'm gonna draw it to the middle with my goblin gang, and then I placed bats on the left, and he took everything out with arrows. But I was able to pull those minions away from my tower with the battle ram. Just a little defense play right there real quick. So the bandit does lock onto my giant instead of my tower, which is what I was wanting to do right there. I'm going to back my giant up with the minion horde. I know he already used his arrows. I'm going to zap that Skarmy right there. I should have waited a little bit so I can got those minions as well. But I was still able to take down that tower. And yeah, one play I do with this too is I've been holding off on using my elixir pump sometimes until it's less than a minute when it goes into double elixir. When it's almost to less than a minute, I'll play my elixir pump. So that way they're not expecting it. Right here I was just using the small cards to rotate to my elixir pump. See, we got a minute 24 or 26 when I placed it down. And I placed my battle ram right here to draw that prince away. I'm going to zap those. Place my goblin gang right there. And my bats on top of that. He's going to arrow all that and my elixir pump. So now we're in double elixir. I'm going to start off with my giant behind my king's tower. I'm going to place my battle ram right there on the right tile of my king's tower by the bridge. So that way I could draw that knight away. As you see that push he had coming with the prince on the left, I was able to defend that with my minion horde. And then my giant goblin gang got to the bridge and he tried to counter with the Skarmy, and I was able to zap him. I'm going to drop my 3 musketeers right there in the pocket. I backed them up with bats, and they are going to get all of them but one were taken out. And that last one was taken out by the minions. So yeah, that's a huge power play with this. Once you get your giant going and you got your battle ram behind him, especially if you have your pump going and double elixir, you're able to drop your musketeers in the pocket. And once you get that push going, man, I swear it's almost unstoppable. So yeah, if anyone has any questions about this deck, or can give me any more tips on this deck, I did play it all week long, and as you know, on the next episode I'll be wanting to play someone else's deck, so make sure that you guys comment in the pinned comment. That way if multiple people comment, I won't lose track in the comments itself. So make sure if you want me to play your deck, you comment in the pinned comment itself, and I look forward to playing your deck. I'll see you guys next this Wednesday when I'm streaming live. Have a good week. Havok out.